Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the Key to Learn English podcast, your friendly space to grow your English and your life at the same time. I'm Sarah.
And I am Ryan. We are so glad you are here today. Whether you are on the bus, at the gym, cooking dinner, or just lying in bed with your phone, you made a good choice pressing play.
Today's episode is a big one. We are talking about how to change your life in 2026. Not in a copy-paste motivational poster kind of way, but in a real, honest, sometimes messy kind of way.
Because real change is not always pretty. It is not always dramatic. But it is always possible. And we want to show you how, in English, you can actually understand.
This is a B1 to B2 level episode, so the language will feel natural, but we will always explain new vocabulary when it comes up. If a word sounds new to you, just keep listening. We will take care of it.
And at the end, we have our Keyword Corner, where we repeat and practice 10 important words and phrases from today. So stay with us all the way to the end.
But first, before we go anywhere, I want to play a small game with you. Ryan, are you ready?
I am always ready for a game. Let's do it.
Okay. Think about your life right now, in 2026 so far. From 1 to 10, how is it going? But here is the rule. You cannot choose 7.
Why not 7? That feels unfair. 7 is a perfectly good number.
That is exactly the problem. 7 is the safe number. It means things are fine, do not ask me more questions. It is the number you pick when you do not want to think too hard.
Oh, okay. That is actually very true. 7 is like the shrug emoji of numbers.
Exactly. So, what is your number, Ryan? No 7 allowed.
Honestly, I think I am at a 6. Some good things are happening, but I know I am still holding back in certain areas. I feel like I am capable of more, but I am not always choosing more.
That is such an honest answer. I love that. I think I am at a 6.5. My days are good, but I can feel, if nothing changes, I will arrive at December feeling a little disappointed. And that feeling, that is information.
And if you are listening right now, maybe you already have a number in your head. A 4, a 6, a 3, an 8. And the beautiful thing about removing 7 from the list, suddenly you see your real situation more clearly.
So here is the important question. If your life stayed exactly the same habits, same choices, same energy, and you arrived at December with the same number, would you be okay with that?
That question is a little uncomfortable, right? Because for many people, the honest answer is no. But their daily habits are still quietly answering yes. And that gap between what we want and what we actually do, that is what today is all about.
We are still early in 2026. The story is not finished. And your comeback, your real, personal 2026 comeback, it can start right now. Not on Monday, not on the 1st of next month. Right now.
Let's start with something that might surprise you. Most people are not failing because their life is too difficult. They are failing because their life is a little too comfortable.
Ooh, say that again, Ryan. I think people need to hear that.
Most people are not failing because their life is too hard. They are failing because their life is too comfortable. When nothing is on fire, nothing is terrible, you stop feeling the urgency to change.
And that is when you become complacent. Complacent. This is our first vocabulary word. Complacent means you feel too comfortable and satisfied, so you stop really trying to grow. You stop pushing yourself forward.
Think about it. Your English is okay. Not amazing, not terrible, just okay. Your job is okay. Your routine is okay. And because nothing is broken, you do not try to fix anything. You just stay there.
And the funny thing is, no one actually decides to live a complacent life. Nobody sits down and writes, "My dream is to live an average, gray, copy-paste year." Nobody plans for that.
Right. It just happens slowly. You drift into it. And drift is our next important word. To drift into something means to slowly move into a situation without really choosing it. One small, easy decision at a time.
You say, "I will skip my English practice today. I am tired." And that is fine, once. But then tomorrow becomes, "I will start that new project next month." And next month becomes, "I will talk to that person later."
And suddenly you look up and an entire year has passed. And you are still living exactly like it is 2023. Nothing changed. Not because life stopped you, but because you kept drifting.
So if that sounds familiar, if you feel like you drifted into a smaller version of the life you actually wanted, please know, you are not alone. That feeling is very common. But we are also not going to pretend it is okay.
Because at some point, you have to stop drifting and start steering. You have to make a real decision. And that decision starts with accepting one important truth.
Which is?
You are going to fail sometimes, and that is okay.
Great. Wonderful. Very inspiring podcast, Ryan. I love it here.
I know it sounds negative, but stay with me, because this is actually good news. When you expect failure as part of the process, you stop being destroyed by it. You stop thinking, "I am broken," and you start thinking, "Okay, this is just part of how change works."
The problem is not the failure itself. The problem is how you talk to yourself when it happens. Maybe last year you said, "I will study English every single day." And then you fell short of that goal. You did not reach the level you planned.
Fall short of something. That is a great phrase. It means you did not reach the target or the level you wanted. You tried, but you did not quite arrive.
And falling short can feel devastating. Devastating means it hits you very hard emotionally. You feel broken, shocked, deeply upset. Not just a little sad, but really hurt inside.
Maybe a failed exam devastated you, or a job rejection, or looking in the mirror and thinking, "I am still the same person I was 2 years ago, and nothing feels like it is moving."
And when you feel devastated, the most dangerous thing happens. You start making decisions in that pain. You tell yourself, "I am not smart enough. I will never change. Why should I even try again?"
And those decisions, those stories you tell yourself, they are what really stop your life. Not the failure itself. Failing one exam means you failed one exam. But deciding it means you are stupid? That is the decision that follows you for years.
So when you know that you will fall short sometimes, when you expect it, you can plan your response before it even happens. Instead of being shocked and giving up, you already know. Okay, I fell. What is the next step?
Okay, Sarah, here is a question. Do you believe in vision boards?
Oh, I love a vision board. Pictures of your dream life, inspiring quotes, beautiful goals on paper. Very aesthetic.
Right, and I love the energy behind that. Big dreams, big vision, beautiful future self. But here is the honest problem. Dreams without structure are like clouds. They are beautiful, but they do not move your life forward.
You can dream about the new you every single night and still wake up every morning as the exact same old you. The dream alone does not build the muscle. It does not improve the English. It does not send the job application.
So what do you actually need? You need something less exciting, something more boring, but also more powerful.
Goals and consistency. Small, clear goals that you follow even when it does not feel dramatic, even when nobody is watching, even when your brain says, "This is boring, nothing is changing."
And here is something that really helps. Anticipating your weak moments. Anticipate means you expect something before it happens, and you prepare for it in advance. You do not wait for the problem to arrive, you plan for it early.
For example, if you know that every evening after work you feel completely exhausted, anticipate that. Do not plan your English practice for 9 p.m. and then feel guilty when you fall asleep on the sofa.
Maybe do 15 minutes in the morning instead, or do a short 10-minute session on your lunch break. Work with your energy, not against it.
And choose goals that are small and clear. Not, "I will transform my English this year." That is too big, too vague, too easy to avoid. Instead, try something like, "I will listen to this podcast 3 times this week."
Or, I will write 5 sentences about my day before I sleep. Or, I will learn and use 2 new words every day. Small, clear, actionable. That is how progress actually builds.
But here is the tricky part. Because the progress is so quiet, so slow, your brain starts to whisper, "Nothing is changing. You are wasting your time. Everyone else is further ahead than you."
And that is when fear and comparison walk in, and they can really obscure your progress. Obscure means to hide something or make it less visible. Like when a thick cloud covers the sun. The sun is still there, you just cannot see it anymore.
Maybe your English really is better than it was last year. But because you are only looking at people who are above you, native speakers, advanced learners, your own growth feels completely invisible.
That is why sometimes you need to look backward, not just forward. Go back and listen to an old recording of yourself speaking. Read a message you wrote 6 months ago. Look at how you used to write versus how you write now.
Because your bad English today is better than your good English from 2 years ago. And once you see that, once you really feel it, you start to believe, okay, if I keep going, things actually do move. Even when I cannot see it every day.
Okay, we want to go a little deeper now. Because some of you listening are not just feeling a little behind, some of you feel completely lost, like everything collapsed at once.
And for those people, we want to talk about something real, about hitting rock bottom. That phrase, hit rock bottom, means you reach your absolute lowest point. You feel like you cannot go any lower, emotionally, practically, in your situation.
Maybe that was last year for you. Maybe it was your health, your money, a relationship that ended, your mental health, maybe all of those things at the same time. And if that is you, we are not going to say, just be positive, think good thoughts.
Because when you are truly at rock bottom, that kind of advice can feel insulting. You do not need a fake smile. You need a real plan. And you need people around you who are actually honest with you.
What you need when you are at your lowest is to claw your way back. And that phrase, claw your way back, is so powerful because it does not pretend the process is easy. It means you are climbing out of a deep hole with your hands.
Slowly, messily, with effort. And sometimes you slip back down a little before you go up again. But you keep going. Because the direction matters more than the speed.
And clawing your way back looks like small things. Sending one email you have been avoiding for 3 weeks. going to one doctor's appointment you keep postponing.
Studying English for 10 minutes when your brain just wants to sleep. Asking one friend, "Hey, I am not doing okay right now. Can we talk?" Cleaning one small area of your room when your mind feels like complete chaos.
These things look tiny from the outside, but from the inside, when you are at rock bottom, they are enormous. They are acts of bravery, every single one of them.
And something else happens when you are at rock bottom. You discover who your real people are. Not the ones who only appear when things are going well. Not the ones who only like your success photos.
But the ones who answer your 2 a.m. message, or your 2 p.m. "I am crying in the bathroom" message. Those ones. Keep those people close.
And please, if you are at that low place right now, do not believe the lie that this is your permanent address. Rock bottom is not your home. It is a station on the way. You will not be here forever.
And tiny actions matter enormously when you are climbing back up. Every time you do something kind for your future self, even something very small, you claw your way back a little bit. And those little bits add up.
Okay, Ryan, I want to talk about something that I think is bigger than goals. Bigger even than motivation. Because motivation comes and goes. We all know this.
Oh yes. Motivation is like a morning coffee. It gives you energy for a while, and then it fades. You need something more lasting, something deeper.
Purpose. Knowing that your life and your growth is not only about you. When you live only for your own comfort, only for your own success, you become very sensitive, very fragile. Every small problem feels like a huge disaster.
But when you start to live for something bigger, even a little, your pain changes shape. It becomes something you can work with instead of something that stops you completely.
Maybe your bigger reason is your family. You are learning English so you can give your children a better future, so you can communicate in a new country, so you can earn more and take care of the people you love.
Or maybe your bigger reason is the younger version of you, the kid inside who always wanted to speak English confidently, who always dreamed of connecting with the world, who needed someone to believe in them.
Or maybe, and this one is beautiful, your bigger reason is the person who is watching you right now. Someone in your family, your workplace, your community, who sees you trying and feels inspired to try too.
When your comeback is only about my body, my money, my success, the hard days will drain you completely. But when you think, if I grow, I can help someone else, that thought gives you extra fuel on the difficult days.
And speaking of the difficult days, let's talk about that idea graveyard. You know what I mean, right? That place inside your head where all your unborn ideas are waiting?
Oh yes, the idea graveyard. All the projects you started in your head, but never started in real life. The book you always wanted to write. The course you always wanted to take. The business you always wanted to try.
All of them, sitting in a waiting room inside your mind. Like little ideas in chairs, looking at the door, thinking, is it my turn yet?
And the sad truth is, many people will leave this world with most of those ideas still sitting in that waiting room, still waiting for the perfect moment, still waiting until they feel ready.
But here is the secret. The perfect moment does not arrive. The moment you wait for never comes. The moment you have to create by taking one small imperfect action today.
So how do you actually make the change? How do you stop drifting? Stop being complacent? Stop waiting for perfect? You have to break out of a pattern.
Break out of a pattern. This is such an important phrase. It means you escape from a repeated habit or cycle that you keep doing again and again, even when it does not serve you anymore.
Maybe your pattern is this: big idea, big excitement, no plan, no real action, then guilt, then repeat. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Because it sounds very familiar to me.
Or maybe your pattern is wait for the perfect time, wait for the perfect time, wait for the perfect time. And then, oh no, the year is finished and the perfect time never arrived.
Or the classic, I will start when my English is good enough. But your English does not get better because you never start. You cannot wait your way to fluency. You have to speak your way there.
So, what would it look like to break out of that pattern? It does not need to be something huge. It can be something very small, but very real. Send your CV to 2 companies today. Join one English conversation group online.
Write one page of the book that has been living in your head for the last 5 years, even if no one reads it yet, even if it is rough and imperfect. It is not in the waiting room anymore. It entered the world. That matters.
A comeback is not one big dramatic moment. It is a series of quiet moments where you finally say, I am tired of this pattern. And then you do one thing differently.
And when you do that, you will still make mistakes. You will still fail sometimes. But that is okay. Because what matters is not just that you fall. What matters is the direction you fall.
Many people fall and then fall backward, back into their old story, back into their old identity, back into, see, I knew I could not do this. I knew I was not good enough. Let me go back to my safe, small life.
But there is another way to fall. You can fall forward. When you fall forward, you still hit the ground, you still feel the pain, but you land a little bit closer to where you want to be.
Maybe you try speaking English in a meeting and you make a mistake. You can fall back into silence and never try again. Or you can fall forward and think, okay, now I know exactly how that sentence works. I will not forget it.
Maybe you start a new project and it does not work. You can tell yourself, I am a failure. Or you can say, I just discovered one more way that does not work, and I will change this one thing next time.
And if you keep falling forward, again and again, something beautiful and slow and unstoppable starts to happen. You begin to rise from the ashes of your old life.
Rise from the ashes. That is one of my favorite phrases in English. It comes from the legend of the phoenix, a mythical bird that burns completely and then is born again, fresh and powerful from the fire.
And it means you become strong again after everything looked destroyed. After the failure, after the loss, after the hard year, you rise. Not the same as before, something better, something wiser.
Maybe your 2025 self burned a little. Maybe your old plans burned. Your old identity, your old dreams, your old version of what you thought your life would look like.
That was painful. We know it was. But from those ashes, from exactly that pain and that loss, a different version of you can stand up. Someone who is not complacent. Someone who does not just drift.
Someone who knows they will fall short sometimes, but who also knows exactly how to claw their way back. Someone who anticipates the hard moments instead of being surprised by them.
Someone who does not let fear obscure their own progress. Someone brave enough to break out of patterns and keep moving, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it is messy, even when no one else is watching.
Your 2026 comeback does not need to look perfect on social media. It does not need to impress anyone. It just needs to feel honest inside you.
So maybe tonight, after this episode, you sit down with a notebook for just 5 minutes and you ask yourself 3 questions.
Question 1. Where did I drift into a life I do not actually want? Question 2. Where did I hit rock bottom this year or recently? And question 3. What is one thing I can do differently this week, even something very small, to fall forward?
Write your answers, even if they are messy, even if they are uncomfortable, because your story is still being written. You are not finished. You are not too late.
And even if you feel like ashes right now, still, there is so much life inside you. We genuinely believe that. That is why we made this episode. For you.
Let's practice together. Repeat after us, slowly, clearly, and with confidence. Word number 1, complacent.
Complacent. Too comfortable and satisfied, so you stop trying to grow.
Example. After a few easy wins, she became complacent and stopped pushing herself.
I do not want to feel complacent in my life. I still want to grow.
Word 2, drift into something.
Drift into, slowly move into a situation without really choosing it.
Example. He did not plan a boring life. He just drifted into it, one easy decision at a time.
If you have no clear direction, you might drift into someone else's plan.
Word 3, fall short of something.
Fall short of, not reach the level, goal, or result you wanted.
Example. We fell short of our monthly goal, but we learned something important.
Even if you fall short of your plan, you can try again with a better approach.
Word 4, devastate.
Devastate. Hit someone very hard emotionally, stronger than just make sad.
Example. The exam result devastated her. She felt empty for days.
Failure can devastate you, but it does not have to define you.
Word 5, anticipate.
Anticipate. Expect something before it happens and prepare for it in advance.
Example. Anticipate your weak moments and plan a strategy before they arrive.
If you anticipate problems, you are never completely surprised by them.
Word 6, obscure.
Obscure. To hide something or make it harder to see or understand.
Example. Fear and comparison can obscure your real progress. They hide how far you have actually come.
Do not let other people's journeys obscure the beauty of your own.
Word 7, hit rock bottom.
Hit rock bottom. Reach your absolute lowest point in a situation or in life.
Example. After losing his job and going through a breakup, he felt he had truly hit rock bottom.
Sometimes hitting rock bottom becomes the moment you finally decide to change.
Word 8, claw your way back.
Claw your way back. Return to a better place after a very hard time, slowly and with great effort.
Example. After hitting rock bottom, she slowly clawed her way back to a healthier and more confident life.
You can claw your way back to confidence, one small, brave action at a time.
Word 9, break out of a pattern.
Break out of a pattern. Escape from a repeated habit or cycle you keep doing again and again.
Example. She finally broke out of her pattern of overthinking and took real action.
The first step to changing your life is recognizing which pattern you need to break out of.
And word 10, our favorite, rise from the ashes.
Rise from the ashes. Become strong again after being destroyed or deeply hurt, like the phoenix.
Example, after a very difficult year, she slowly rose from the ashes and rebuilt her life from scratch.
Your comeback is you rising from the ashes of your old habits, and it starts today.
And that is our keyword corner for today. 10 powerful words and phrases. If you want, replay that section and shadow us. Repeat out loud. Own those words. Make them yours.
You do not need to use all 10 words tomorrow. Even 2 or 3 new words, used honestly and naturally in your conversations, can already shift the way you think and speak about your life.
Especially words like rise from the ashes and claw your way back, because those are not just English vocabulary. They are a mindset, a way of moving through the world.
So before you press stop, here is a small challenge for you. Go to the comments section and write 2 things. First, your number from 1 to 10 for 2026 so far. Remember, no 7.
And second, write one small action you are going to take this week. Not a big plan, not a perfect goal, just one thing. One tiny, real, honest step forward.
Maybe it is, I will listen to this episode again. Or, I will write 3 sentences in English. Or, I will send that message I have been afraid to send for 2 months.
Whatever it is, write it in the comments. Because when you write it out loud, it becomes real. And you never know whose eyes might land on your comment and feel inspired to take their own first step.
If this episode helped you, please like it, subscribe to Key to Learn English, and share it with one person who needs a 2026 comeback. That one share means more than you know.
Take a deep breath. You are learning. You are growing. And your comeback story? It is still being written. And the next chapter starts right now.
This was Ryan.
And this was Sarah. And you have been listening to the Key to Learn English podcast.
We will see you in the next episode. Until then, keep going. You are closer than you think.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.